Hey guys, and welcome back to my nail journal. So today I'm going to be showing you something really cool. Jude Nails It Dip Powders has a starters kit out, and I'm going to probably insert some pictures here because the camera setup was kind of a pain in the butt. So I don't think I'll be able to get all of this in here. But it is a cute clutch bag. It has like a button to shut it and little handles. And it's clear, and it has her logo here. And there's going to be different versions of the starter kit. You're going to be able to get it without the powder, with the powder. I think that she's going to have different options. Also, I believe that she's going to include an orange wood stick to push your cuticles back. She just forgot to add that into my bag, so that's like the one thing that's missing. So when you get your starter kit bag, you're going to get a little bit of information. Ignore mine. I took mine outside to take pictures, and somehow mud got all over them. But we have this cute little card, Jude Nails It Dip Powders Plus, you guys. Help me, Lord. Okay, sorry. Jude Nails It Dip Powders Plus. Welcome to Dip Nail Acrylics, ready to unleash your manly imagination. And then you're going to also get the dipping instructions here, directions on how to use her liquids, and she tells you, of course, where to follow her and where to share your cute mani pics. So we're going to I'm going to follow this as best I can, but I prep my nails a little different. If you see, they kind of look weird, but I promise my nails are not damaged. It's just where I keep clear on my nails, and then some of that is peeled off, and I've just added more clear on top. So that's where you kind of see like weird lines going on. And mine, I use peel base. So the only difference in my prep work compared to what your prep work will be is that you just need to push back your cuticles, which, like I said, she'll include a orange wood stick. I have a metal cuticle pusher. You're just going to gently push your cuticles back, and then you're going to take a buffer block and you're going to buff the natural shine off of your nails. That's all you need to do. You don't need to buff hardcore. You just need to buff the shine off and shape them a little bit. So I'm not going to follow these exactly to a T. I recommend that you do, especially if you're a beginner, just because I do the peel base, so my prep is a little different. So anyway, you'll get the instructions, and then she also included a bag that has some lint-free wipes. This is really important because when you're using dip powder liquids, it is basically a resin, and you don't want any type of powder to get on those brushes and then back in your bottle. It will mess your liquids up. So wiping your brush on a lint-free wipe is really good. Lint-free wipes to put some isopropyl alcohol on to cleanse your nails is really nice, so I love that she included that. And she also included little buffer blocks. So this is what you'll use to buff the natural shine off of your nails when you go to prep them. These are just fine to use on the natural nails. They're not super coarse. So this is what you'll use to buff your natural nails, and you can also use these to buff your nails as you're doing them, and I'll demonstrate that later. You're also going to get her new files. I love her files. Her design is so cute. This is a 100 by 180 grit file, so the higher the number, the smoother the grit is. So this side is your 180 and this side is your 100. The back side is going to be more coarse. This is going to be a lot smoother. So this side is okay to use on your natural nails as long as you're gentle and don't seesaw too much. This side is going to be more for removal or kind of filing down bulk. But what I want to show you is anytime that you get a new file, I want you to take another file and I want you to sand down the edges of the file that you're going to use, because if you don't, you will most likely cut yourself filing. So remember, before you use a new file, make sure you file those edges off, because those edges are sharp, and whenever you're going to file, you will most likely cut your cuticles and your skin, and we don't want that, so make sure you do that. She also includes a duster brush, which how cute and how on brand is the blue duster brush. This is great for just dusting off your nails after you file them and things, and it's really soft. It's a nice little kabuki brush, nice and compact. I love the adorable little diamonds. Now, like I said, there will be different options of the starter kit. You can, I think she'll have an option where you can choose a dip powder. This, I just put in there for like the looks to kind of show you the, you know, what it would look like with or without. So this is just her clearly pink. It's a French pink. But what you definitely will be getting is her dip powder liquid. So we have her dipping base. This is what's going to be used to actually apply the powder to your nail. We have the activator. This is what's used to basically cure the powder, because this is still acrylic, guys. It's just more finely milled. So this is going to be what cures that powder and hardens it. And then you of course have your top coat, and then also she has a brush saver, and this is really nice in case you accidentally mess up one of your brushes with the resin, because the activator, you don't want the activator to get in too much contact with this, the top coat. So if you mess that brush up, she does have the option for a brush saver. So I'm going to briefly go over some of the instructions here again, because my nail prep is going to be a little different than yours is. I don't know what's going on with my camera here. So you're going to prep the nails by washing your hands and pushing back the cuticles. Now when you wash your hands, I would recommend maybe using Dawn dish soap, because you don't want to add oils to your nails. The goal with prepping is to completely rid it of the natural oils and dehydrate the nails. So then push your cuticles back. You're going to remove the shine from the nails, again using one of her little buffer blocks, and gently do it. Don't sit there and try to like dig into your nails. And then wipe with isopropyl alcohol on a lint-free wipe that she has provided. And then with the lid secure, when you prep with the powders, you want to shake the powders a little bit to remix in case of settling, and then remove the lids in preparation to apply dip. So that's just follow the instructions on that with prepping, because again, mine is a little different. So she has different size jars. I'm going to use these. These are 0.25 ounce, and I'm going to be using Bellinis on the Beach, which is a beautiful coral color. I've worn these before, but I wanted to revisit them. And Coral Fire, which is going to be my glitter accent. So I'm going to give these a little shake. And then what I like to do, there's a lot of people that dip their nails into the actual jar. That's fine. If you want to do that, make sure that you do it at a 45-degree angle. But what I do is I like to take cupcake liners, and I kind of run my hands through here to widen them some. And I just pour my powder out all the way, and I like to lay my nails flat in the color. That's just what I like to do. Now if you're going to use glitters like this one, I definitely recommend doing this method and not just dipping, because it's easier to get the glitters to lay flat on your nail. So I kind of shake them out a little bit where they're even. We're going to get our dipping base and open it up so it's ready. Okay, I don't start at halfway. I go about 1/3 of the way, not quite at the cuticle. And then I just lay my nail flat into the powder and shake it off a little bit. And now you want to do all 10 nails before you come back to brush this off. That way it gives it time to dry, so that way you're not just brushing what you just did off. But see how much room I've left? That's what I like to do for the first layer. The second and third layer I like to go all the way up. So I'm going to put Bellinis on the Beach on all of my nails except for the middle and ring finger. Those I think I'll do my Coral Fire so that it's glittery. I think I'm going to go ahead and switch to Coral Fire, and I'll show you a little trick I like to do with the more chunky glitters. Get like a sample baggie, a little tiny baggie, and I'm going to use that to help pat down glitters. Now for glitters, I kind of go up just a little bit higher, but not all the way to the cuticle still. I like to just sort of let it sit there for a second on there, make sure those glitters attach. shake some off, and then if any of them are sticking up kind of crazy, you just take this and very gently pat them down so it makes the surface a little bit more smooth for you to go in with your second layer when it's ready. See? So now I'm going to do coal fire on my ring finger. And when you're dipping your finger flat into the powder like this, make sure that you're not smashing your nail in there, because you will move that wet base. You just need to gently set it in there, but make sure your nail is completely covered by the powder. I don't think I got enough liquid over here, and it dried a little bit on me, but it's okay. Okay. I'm going to go back to Bellini's on the beach to do my pinky. And then I like to just wait a little bit to make sure that that's fully dry. And then I will brush off the nails I did first and do those again. And just kind of go in the line by that, like whichever you did first, if that makes sense. Okay, I did my thumb off camera just because the angle is a little weird. So another trick that you can do, which she does mention this in her instructions, is you can take a toothpick, and once I apply the second layer, you can use that to run along your cuticle line to kind of just help it be more nice and neat. And I'll try to show you. So you can take this here, kind of run it along the edge. That one might need filed. That one I think dried on me. Now I'm going to dust off my glitter one so I can apply the second layer of that. Again, always shake your cupcake liner a little bit to even everything out again. So when it comes to the big chunky glitters like this one, I usually only do 2 layers because I like to clear cap them, which I'll show you when I'm ready to do that. So this one I'll have to kind of file off because that chunk dried on me. So for the glitters, I usually only do 2 layers because glitters do make a lot more bulk than the more like solid or shiny. But when it comes to solid or like shimmery colors, you can do 2 to 3 layers to 4. It all depends on what shape you're going for. So I like to just wait till it's time to brush them off and then take a good look at them and see if I need a 3rd layer due to either it needs more coverage or just the thickness of my nails. Are they not thick enough where I feel like they might break easy? So it just all depends on what color you're working with. So I'm going to wait a second and let these kind of dry, and then I'll brush them off. So the great thing about using cupcake liners is that they're really easy to kind of make a taco shape and pour right back into the jar so you don't waste anything. So for me, in my nail shape, I feel like those 2 layers are going to be okay. Yeah, I think the 2 layers will be fine. I usually always do 2 layers with the more chunky glitters. So now what I like to do is I like to clear cap all of my nails. Clear capping is totally a personal option, but I do definitely recommend clear capping bigger glitters like this because it's really easy to file on these and then you'll kind of mess up the color of them sometimes. So, but I like to just clear cap all of them, and all that is you're just adding your dip base and dipping it now in clear. So I'm going to use Jude Nails It's Crystalline, which is my favorite clear. This is crystal clear, and she does have it in a dip powder jar as well as the powder puffs, so you can spray the clear on if you want to, whichever is easiest for you. I think for now I'm just going to, I like to just again pour it out in a cupcake liner and just lay my nail flat in it. But the last time I did my nails, I did use the powder puff and poured it on. And the powder puff keeps the layers nice and thin too, so. Take this little lid off. I'm just gonna dump it all in here so I can lay my nail in it. So now again, I'm going to wait till these completely dry, and then I'm going to brush off all of the excess powder. So once I know that clear is completely dry, I like to take a hard bristle brush and really thoroughly brush these off. That will help your clear from looking cloudy and will keep it crystal clear. Then the next step is to take her activator and apply a good amount to all of the nails. Once you apply the activator, you need to let it dry for about 2 minutes, and then you can go ahead and shape your nails, which I'll have to do the shaping off camera because the angle is just too weird. I won't be able to see what I'm doing, but I'll come back to show you the next step after I shape them. Okay, once we're all done filing and making sure to buff them nice and smooth, now we're going to dust them off really good. Then take one of your lint-free wipes, and I have a pump bottle with some isopropyl alcohol, and I'm going to wipe them clean. This will make sure there's no excess dust anywhere. Now here's where it's going to get a little different for me again. I'm only going to put the dip top coat on the glitter fingers, or the glitter nails, simply because the other ones I want to add some decals, and it's easier for me to use gel when it comes to working with decals. But that's going to make a great opportunity for me to show you how shiny her dip top coat is compared to gel top coat. So, reading the instructions because I'm not used to using dip top coat. Let's see. So apply second coat of activator, wait 30 seconds, then wipe well with a clean lint-free square or paper towel to ensure that the activator is properly dry. Then that's when we're going to apply the first layer of the dip top coat, and you want to do that in 2 to 3 quick strokes, and I'll show you how here in a second. And then you wait another 30 seconds to apply the second layer of top coat, and then the second layer of top coat usually dries within about a couple minutes. So let's focus on the two that is going to have dip top coat, because when you're using gel top coat, you don't have to apply a second layer of activator. So I'm going to get the second layer of activator everywhere, because wherever this activator touches is where the dip top coat will activate and become shiny. So remember that she said on the second activator you wait 30 seconds, and then we are going to wipe clean with a lint-free wipe. So I'm going to wait 30 seconds. Okay, now I'm going to open my dip top coat to be ready to use it. Then I'm going to take my lint-free wipe and I'm going to wipe the surface of these two nails really well. And then I'm going to place the side of the wipe that I used to wipe my nails down on the table, so that way I can use the clean side to wipe my dip top coat brush. So now the first layer we're going to do in quick steps, and I like to go down the middle to the side, wipe it clean, go back into my bottle, down the middle, to the side, wipe it clean, and put it back in my bottle. Now, we're going to wait another 30 seconds, and then we're going to apply the second layer of dip top coat. The second layer of dip top coat, you can take your time, but I wouldn't like take a lot of time. I don't know, it's still a resin, it still will try to dry on you, but you can take way more time than this first layer, and you can do a more detailed application. So you'll see, it's hard to see on camera, but in person you'll see that, wow, I have hair here. You'll see that it will start to kind of wrinkle and dull out, and that is a good sign that it's getting close to when you need to apply your second layer. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do this a little bit more slowly and a little bit more detailed because I want to make sure I get my top coat everywhere. Now, luckily her liquids don't have a strong fume or a strong smell. Okay, now I'm going to close my bottle. And the second layer of dip top coat should take about 2 minutes to dry. So we'll come back once that's dry. And there you go, you guys. I think this took all of 1 minute to dry. It actually didn't even take a full 2 minutes. So I'm going to finish my nails, and I'll see you guys in the next video because everybody's home. It's kind of chaotic here. So, but yeah, at this point, when this is all dry, as you can see I'm touching it, completely dry, you go ahead and apply your top coat, your oil, get some cuticle oil, Jude Nails, and then you'll be all done. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Make sure that you're watching Jude Nails It. She's coming out with a new website. She's going to have these kits. It's going to be awesome. Bye.